Ashley. Ashish, sorry, not Ashley, Ashish. Ashish is new to Agile Ventures, so.
Hi.
Hi, Ashish.
Hi.
Okay.
That's Raphael was trying to join too. Or hopefully he sees that link.
Yeah. Okay, so since you're new, welcome. And we traditionally start off the meeting chatting about the weather. It's kind of a running joke, but start off there. So you're new to Agile Ventures, Ashish. Do you want to, first, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name too much. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, what you're interested in?
His connection's not so good. His English is also not 100%. So Ashish is actually a Java. He's learning Java. I'm going to speak for him. I don't know how good his connection is. He has joined the MedPlus project and been working on that a bit. And then, yeah, so I just told him that I'm in a Scrum now, so he wanted to join and just be a part of it and see how that worked.
Great. Yeah, Raphael here is, I think, fairly familiar with Java stuff too, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we start off with our quick 5-minute status?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Maybe I'll start. I haven't been able to do much because my body went a little bit sideways, but so I've been trying to just catch up on reviewing things and reading. I should be able to do a little bit more in the next couple of days. I think I figured out how to do some typing. So haven't done a lot this week other than just reading and reviewing.
Okay, I'll go next. So I have been, let me look at see if I can remember what I've been doing. So I did look at Robert's PR or WIP PR, SPR regarding the change language situation that we're in, and proposed an approach which basically means turn off the ability to change language when you're in one of those areas. And I think we all have converged on agreeing to that, which is great. So that's good. I also had a pair programming session with Raphael to get him unblocked on moving forward with changing our test structure, or enhancing our test structure, actually, to bring in also Selenium driving Chrome in both a headless and visible mode, which I think will give us more options for some of these tests these intermittent test failures that we've got. In addition to that, what else have I been working on? I've started the password reset link business, which is where we want to have in the menu something where somebody who's logged in can click on and go edit their profile information, name, password, email, and that's pretty much it. So I haven't got much progress on that yet, and I think that's about it for me. Who's next?
I'll go.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Okay, so I haven't managed to ask Susanna about oh yes, I did speak to her about the social media links. She needs to set them up. I'm hoping that she'll do that by next week. Today I went through Pivotal Tracker just to look at other features that I can take on. I actually took on 2 features. There was one about, can we integrate a Slack bot to send some updates from Google Analytics, and the answer to that is yes. So I just wanted to know, do you want that into the SHF channel, or do we create a SHF Analytics channel? And then I took on another one, which I need Susanna just to tell me what analytics the client would like to see and then what email address it needs to be sent to. So
Can we put that
yeah, sorry.
question on the parking lot and come back after Scrum?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect. And then I just saw some other features that were around Google Maps, which we can discuss as well after.
Okay, sounds cool.
Great.
Well, I'll just select people. Going from left to right, then Raphael. How about yourself? Raphael, you're muted.
Yeah, as always. Thank you.
And we all do that.
So I managed to get I've done a new spike. I've kind of done my own fork of the repository. Previously, I had cloned, but I hadn't forked the repository. So that's fixed now. The problem I'm having now is not with actual modal dialogue, but with an alert pop-up. I'm a little bit blocked on that now. So I've taken one little step, and now I'm blocked again. So, yeah.
Okay. Just from clarity, I think when we say modal dialogue, we include things like the pop-up that says, "Do you want to continue, okay, or cancel?" Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but there's actually a difference between a modal and an alert.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I think that's what's causing the problem. I'm not 100% sure.
Aha, on the trail. All right, Robert, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's been a while. So I've looked at the language error too. I've tried for myself to follow the rewriting of the routes as a solution. But that's more for myself than because I think your solution in not showing the opportunity to translate is a very good one. I did some cleaning up of the tests by removing the first name where they were not needed. And I did some, I put a modal error helper in the device views where needed. And I started with seeding to make the seeding useful for testing, so we can seed with a very low number of users and not 100 every time, because that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
And
cool.
No blockers. So.
All right. Yeah, so on that story, Robert, I think you had pointed out the fact that well, I went down the path of trying to figure out how to make the link when you change the language.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, not only change the language, but also execute the URL that you came into that page with. So if you went to the create page, then when you clicked on the change language link, you're actually executing that exact URL, that exact action as well. You're executing a path to the create action, which worked well until I realized I also have to pass the parameters that represent the model validation errors. So I'd get into caching that, and then I realized this is nuts.
Yeah, that's
go down that path.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too. Yeah, it's too much work for a non-problem.
Exactly.
Right. Edge case.
Yeah. I wasn't smart enough to see that until I spent a couple hours trying to make a stupid approach work. But anyway, water on the bridge.
Learning opportunity for all of us.
Yeah. I also created a story, Robert, just so you know, for us to examine other create and update actions to see if we also have the problem elsewhere. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Yep. Okay.
Probably it's everywhere where we do this stuff. So yeah,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So should we go back to your parking lot issue or issues, Laura? You had a couple?
Yeah.
So you want to do a
So the one was around, I'm going to share my screen. I'll just get my screen up here. Sorry, I've just started working on the Mac, so I'm not trying to get used to everything. Share screen. Share screen. Okay. So, this feature was review the Google Analytics for the website. Is there a Slack app for this? So there is a Slack app that we can integrate into the channel. It's actually quite easy. So I'll do that. We actually have the app running in the marketing channel, which gives us stats every morning and I think every evening of what is happening. I don't have my Ad Factory account here, but it's not invasive or anything. So we can just have it posting to the SHF project channel. Is everyone happy with that?
I guess the question for me would be, sorry, Ashley.
Go ahead.
The question for me would be is how big is the analytics feed? Because if it's a lot, we would create a lot of clutter in the SHF project, which is meant to be for inter-team quick communications.
Yeah.
As opposed to the notify channel, and maybe, as you suggested, SHF analytics channel makes sense, depending upon how much data is coming in and how often.
Yeah.
Do we know?
I don't have my Ad Factory. I've got it. I think you can set what you want. Let me just research that a bit more, and then I will see if we can switch on and switch off certain things.
I guess my choice would be to start it out at in our notify channel.
Okay.
And then we can move it to a different channel, or we could create a channel if we needed to. But I'm with Patrick. I'd like to keep it out of the general SHF channel.
Okay. So we'll put it in the notify channel here.
What do others think?
Yeah, I agree. The notify channel. Yeah, that sounds good for everything automated.
Okay, great.
We can always change it if need be, as Ashley just noted. So, yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
Great.
Yes, that's perfect. Then, okay, so I'm still waiting on that. So those two, I'm still waiting on Susanna to get back to me. Just while I was trawling through the pivotal tracker, I just came through like a lot of Google Maps stuff, and seeing as though it's becoming my area of knowledge these days with my job. I have put some stuff in here like that might help with fix some of these issues. So where it says here, can somebody put malicious content in there? They can't really if you integrate the places autocomplete. And this places autocomplete, what it does is the person can look for their address quickly, and then it can populate the fields for them. So it's something that, can be looked at. So that was one thing I picked up. Okay, then just one thing, guys, and I'm just putting it out there because I know that now that I'm working with Google and I'm learning all the rules in that, there are a lot of compliance terms and conditions for using Google Maps when it comes to using it if a person has to log in and put their address in and then they see it on a map, you actually have to start paying for maps. So, but because it's maybe a small site, Google might not pick up on it, but they might pick up on it. So I'm just warning you now that Google Maps is not always free to a certain extent.
What's the scenario where you have to start paying, Laura? That you just
Okay,
laid out?
so if you have like a store locator on your site for the public to see,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to log in. It's not behind a firewall. You can use Google Maps for free. As soon as Google Maps is used behind a firewall, or somebody has to log in to an account and start using Google Maps to pinpoint addresses, or you are, because she's selling these memberships, is she not, or is it free?
No, right. This is a membership organization and people pay to join.
Yeah. So, and that is also a big no-no, because they're making an income. They need to have a license. So, in order to use
Add
On the
So
other,
just so you
almost,
know.
almost everything we do with maps, though, is visible to a visitor, not who doesn't necessarily need to be a member to go to the site.
Yeah, but here it's talking about
adding.
So that's fine. You know, if you're using it on the front of the site and the person is typing in, is there a dog training center near me? Then that is fine, because that is for the public to use.
Mm-hmm.
It's not behind a firewall, and it's not behind a login. And it's not for the members to use. You understand? Even though they're charging the members.
Right.
Aspect of it.
Yeah. So
Laura, one thing that I think would be really helpful is if you could paste in there when you come across them references to those current terms of service, or whatever that, even if it's a couple links.
Okay.
Just so you have the references to it.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's perfect.
That'd be really helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's amazing. It's like, and people don't realize it. They really don't realize it, that Google has a lot of terms and conditions, but also they can be quite vague. And it's actually happened to one of our very small companies where Google has shut them down.
Oh boy.
And they've come and they've said, but one of our biggest chains, fashion chains, why aren't they getting shut down? And we just say, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We can now report it to Google because you're bringing it up to us. And don't worry, I'm not going to report you. But I'm just saying, it's just that they do. I mean, they've got all these machine stuff, trawling and stuff. So it's just an educational thing that I'm trying to let you know.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
And then, I guess I wonder, not to get too far into the weeds about this, but since it's a nonprofit group.
Yeah.
So we can, right, with the references you post, then we can look further into those.
Yeah. Although I haven't really researched anything about nonprofits and what their terms are around that kind of usage, but I know that the terms is that if you are paying, if there is some sort of income coming in, then you have to pay. So I haven't really played with the SHF website yet. I mean, I'll go through it, I'll have a look, and then I'll say to you guys, yes, it is compliance, or no, it's not, or maybe we need to look at another solution. I don't know, but I'll research that and get back to you.
Right.
Perfect.
Laura, I have another question about Google Maps, and
Yeah.
don't spend any time on this unless you know it
Yes.
on top of your head, which is there any way for us to have Google serve map information from some kind of cache, either through a CDN that's near us, a server,
Okay.
or can we tell it basically, please serve out of this cache until and if we tell you that we want you to refresh the cache or whatever?
Okay.
Because it really takes a long time to
Is-
load.
yeah, exactly. So then you would probably use something like static maps, which you can do, but you can only cache it for 30 days. And then after 30 days, you have to recache it. You're not allowed to keep that data on your server for more than 30 days. So what I'll do is I'll chat to one of the developers tomorrow, just if any links that they can give me on how they can do that, how we can do that.
Okay, maybe we can just create something in the icebox about that.
Yeah.
We don't intend to actually work. That's not a big deal at this point, but it'd be
Yeah.
nice to know.
Okay. Yeah.
There's an option there.
Perfect. I'll do that. I'll get that info for you tomorrow.
Thank you.
But it can be done. That I know.
Oh, good to hear. Makes sense.
So should we go through a cookie tracker?
Yeah, let's do that. Do you want me to share my screen?
You're so good at it.
Quite the pro at sharing screen. Okay. So where are we here? Guess we're gonna have some scheduled downtime coming up, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we got some stuff that's been completed. So coming down to still in progress stuff, email service on production. Ashley, any update on that?
So I tested that on my DigitalOcean droplet. I set up kind of my own version of a staging environment. And since we're using Mailgun has an API, just for others that may not know, Mailgun has an API that really just works through HTTP requests. So that's all our system needs to do. So we don't even need to set up our own email service or anything for the server. So that's, I've got that working, tested out just fine. So in a sense, that's done in that we don't have to set up any email service on a production server. Now we are waiting for other stuff for sustaining. He hasn't, I guess, but I don't think she's updated the Mailgun account yet. So we're still in a couple of addresses.
What has to happen on the Mailgun account, Ashley?
So remember, he needs to register a credit card with it so that then we can.
Oh, she did that.
Did she? What's that?
Sorry to interrupt, but she did that. Did she
Right.
just direct message me on that, or did it was?
I may have missed it.
Yeah, she did that. I don't know, a few days ago. So we're good on that one.
Good. So then, okay, so now that's that. All right, so
Should we
Yeah.
finish this then?
Well, one thing is not for the version control code. Let me double check the branches. Because I used the more up to date gem.
Mm-hmm.
That, and so I need to double check, make sure we're using the right gem. Okay, so that's still outstanding. I need to double check the gem, and then I'll be finished. So that's pretty close to working.
Okay, great. Good. All right, so next one, company information required fields. I don't think anybody's taken ownership of that one. Looks
Right. So our coder sent me a direct message. So he was hired and has just started working his new job, and so apologize profusely for starting stepping into this and then having to step out. But good news for him, he's got a new job, so he won't be able to complete that. So we should either move that to a different sprint, or somebody else can take it on.
Okay. Let's see. We're still in sprint 20, right? Through at least next week. So I think we're okay.
Right. So my thought on that is that we have a lot of tasks lists for sprint 20. Maybe after we go through these, we can reevaluate if this feature is still a priority.
Yep. Okay. Okay. And in fact, our next meeting is not, it's not a week from this coming Monday. So our next meeting is not week after next. Well, it is week after next, but it's not Monday, it's Thursday because of Bella's availability.
Our
So this
client
sprint, yeah, excuse me, our client meeting. So this sprint could run until then. We probably got to keep it the same 2-week delimiter. So end of next week would be the end of sprint 20.
So that's July 3rd. That's a week from today.
A week from tomorrow would be the end, right?
So the client meeting, sorry. So
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm probably being not very precise about that. So let me go look at client meetings, and I think I updated this. Yeah, so it's August 10th is our next client meeting.
That's
Our normal next client meeting would be August 7th, which is the Monday, but Bella can't make that. The earliest she could do is the 10th, which is Thursday of that week.
okay.
But in any case, we ought to say that August 4th is still the end of sprint 20. We should stay with our 2-week sprints, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So moving on, forgot password feature. This one actually we delivered with sprint 19, but when I tried to demo it on Heroku, the link in the email that you click to come back to the system to reset your password broke. And if you look at the PR associated with this, it explains, I actually points to a wiki posting that I did that explains that stuff. So we held this out, and the agreement was that once we get this fixed and merged, we don't have to wait and show it to the client at the next client meeting. We can just hit accept and we're done. Because they were able to see the overall flow. And I was able to adjust the link on the fly to point to where it needed to go. It went there, enter and re-enter password. So they saw the whole workflow. So that worked okay. And 297, I think, is it still outstanding, or has it been?
Okay.
Oh, it got linked? I mean, it got merged? Got linked.
Wait a minute.
297, okay. Yep. Looks like we've merged it. All right, so what I'll do is that I'll go ahead and accept this. Does anybody has any objections?
Yeah, wait a minute. So we do have an open PR. So I just wanted to double check if this is the same one we're talking about or a different one. Let's see. 19.
Okay.
Oh, it is that one.
So if you go to the open PRs, Patrick.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That very first one.
Yeah.
Is that the same you're talking about?
Let's see. Yes, it is. That is it.
So
Sorry. So,
Okay. I had seen it, so I'll.
yeah, so the forgot password feature was broken because of this particular issue.
right.
So
I.
you're right. So once we merge this, then we can go ahead and accept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Robert,
Yeah, I had seen it, so I approved it just now.
Great.
And of course, I have to update it.
Now it's out of date. So,
once I update it, I'll accept. Is that okay?
Yeah.
or I'm fine with you pushing the accept button now in Pivotal Tracker.
Okay. All right.
I don't know how others feel.
Happy.
Yeah, then I won't have a unblock and accept, so then I won't have something I can forget about, or I won't forget about it. Okay, new member editing the company address fields not shown. What's this one, Ashley?
So I can work on that. So that's something I came across, has to do with this. So just what I annotated there. Somebody's a new member, they've been approved, so they come in to edit their company, and they can't because the address, there's no address information shown. And essentially what's happening is just the address object is not instantiated yet at that point. So I should be able to do that. Figured out how to get my body working well enough to code slowly.
Okay. All right. So we still got that outstanding then. Ways the users can send us feedback. I haven't made much progress in that. I've started it, but that'll probably carry over to 21. Cannot change language in forum. It's the one we've been working. Robert's been working. Robert,
That's just the investigating one, so you can close that, I think.
Oh, that's just what happened? Okay, so that's a good question. So I was going to ask about that. Ashley's got a PR that in effect closes that problem.
Well, so the build doesn't pass. I mean, we know the approach we want, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I think we've done the investigation, but we need a separate. Is there another chore so that the coding actually takes place?
Well, we were hoping to ride on your coattails with that PR. I know you marked it as concept, but you're basically pretty close to completing it with what you've got in that PR. We fix these things.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable?
Okay.
Do you want to go on with it, Ashley, or shall I take it over? Or
either way, if you want to do it, Robert.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Well, then why don't you do it, since I'm working at half speed right now.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so do we have whatever we need in Pivotal Tracker to reflect that?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. Do you want to continue to do it under this particular story, Robert?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't need a new one then.
Okay.
Also, I did suggest a change that we can consolidate 2 steps into 1.
Yeah, that's
Not
great.
that it's a big deal. Yeah, it's just that we've got a large amount of steps.
We've got a pivotal. I think we've got a chore for that already in Pivotal Tracker to do that.
To consolidate
for all of them.
I think you're right.
All the translations and non-translations. Yeah.
Yeah, this was just to prevent a new one from getting in place.
Yeah.
So, okay. Remove unnecessary data fields. Robert's got a PR outstanding for that.
I think Ashley merged it already.
Oh, it's been merged. Okay, great. Good.
Raphael just said in chat he needed to go. Raphael,
okay.
Raphael, is there anything you wanted to touch on before you go?
That was me. No, I think that's okay. I think I'll The next couple of days, I really need to work on a cover letter, and I've really been avoiding it successfully. So probably the start of next week, I'll continue work.
Okay.
All right,
everyone.
good. Thanks,
Okay,
Robert.
see you then.
Thanks. Good luck with your letter.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye now. Okay, so I'll go ahead and finish this one. So we're good on that. Use model errors helper and devise. I think that's been merged, hasn't it, Robert?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, social media links not correct, still outstanding. Kind of waiting for Susanna. What emails are sent with membership changes?
So
Still underway, Ashley?
Yeah, that will go on a bit. So I started putting that in the wiki page, and then yeah, we'll need Susanna, her input on that. And if anybody else has input on that, that's fine. Just fine. That's great. So like I said, I started a wiki page for that.
Okay, perfect. All right, next one is forgot password email in Heroku. Link in email is wrong. That's the one I mentioned that surfaced when I was giving a demo to the client. There is outstanding 316, this one here, and I think it's been reviewed. Yep, that's the one we talked about before. I need to update it, and then I'll merge it. So can we go ahead and click finish here?
You good with it?
Okay. Nav menu and edit, that's the one I've started on. I haven't made a lot of progress, but got that one. By the way, I'm going to be on vacation next week, so I don't think I'll be able to make the meetings, but I will continue to work on this story as I find time, unless you guys want me to throw it back in the pool and somebody else can take it. But
No.
No, that's okay.
okay. Robert's working on this one, as he mentioned. Test, consider switch. So Raphael's working on this particular. He's going to basically doing a spike right now to investigate, and then he'll create an implementation story based upon what he finds. And then review the site Google Analytics. Laura's still working on that. Needs input from Susanna, I think. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the one with the Slack bot, though.
Oh, is this a Slackbot one?
Yeah, that's
Yep,
Slack
it
bot.
is.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Okay. I guess you've been given the go-ahead, so
Yeah.
next meeting we can go ahead and finish that.
Yeah.
Check if other controls affected by language change bug. We talked about that. Email
So
admin.
that one, Robert, you'll.
Yeah,
Well,
probably. Yeah. Well, it's probably the same
Like-
PR, or I'll make another one, but it's one and the same problem.
Yep. Yep.
So there must be something that's that can be used for all controllers.
So just as a matter of protocol, I did write this as check if this thing is occurring elsewhere, but I did say here that check if, we have this problem, and if so, go ahead and deliver a PR and associate it with this chore. I don't know, do you guys feel okay with that? It's like an investigative thing. Okay, good. Not to stand on protocol too much, but just to
That's
make
good.
sure we're consistent.
It's good to have structure.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so that we can violate it and confuse ourselves.
Well, otherwise, people like me will make these massive PRs and things will go on.
Absolutely. So email admin when a new application is received. I guess that's gated by confirming that it works in DigitalOcean, but it can proceed in parallel.
Well, yeah. So to me, this would be a good good first feature to deliver as part of when the membership application changes, automatically send an email to whoever needs to be. So I put this in so that we could talk about it. We would need to vote on it, and I'm completely open to someone saying, let's wait to work on this till the next sprint.
Well, we probably ought to vote on it anyway, regardless of whether we push it forward to the next sprint or not. And we have another week of sprint 20, so I don't see any urgency in moving it forward.
Okay. So then,
and how is this different from the one where we decide, depending on the state of the application, what emails are sent? Because
so
this is just a special case of the same.
Yeah, this is just the very first narrow feature of that. So if you look at the wiki page, Patrick, that I started for the state changes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to emails sent when a membership application changes, there you go.
There we go.
So we have this table I've started to populate. So this is just one of the events that happens, the state change. So I thought this would be a nice small feature to implement, because part of the implementation for each of these is drafting the email.
Okay, yeah, understood.
Yeah, so this would exercise the process. You could figure out exactly what the what the pattern is in the code for this. It's really simple.
Do you mind if I add something to email content sample, just as a comment?
Oh, go right ahead.
Yeah, so this, yeah, okay. That's great, I love that table. Let's see.
Yeah, if anybody has thoughts about what the email content should be, I mean, I think a lot of these are straightforward, but absolutely jot them down here. That's what this is for, so that we don't forget things.
And here, maybe what we want to do is something like include a link to SHF to log in and go to landing page. Probably being more wordy here than I need to, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
Yeah.
For
actually go right to their
membership application.
That's what I think.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
the first places they're going to have to complete.
Yeah, absolutely. So the reason I'm thinking of that, of course, is that email links broke before I made that change, so we cannot do that stuff.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So back to that feature, there's a little bit of coding. I think we've got the state machine set up. It's pretty easy. I think really most of the work is just drafting the email. Yeah. So the equivalent of setting up a view. So with that input, if we want to vote on it now, we can.
Okay.
I think, yeah. I think it's, so I think just doing it really straightforwardly and sending the email directly from the controller, initiating that from the controller, probably is the best way to do it now.
Yep.
I'm thinking eventually we're probably going to have some kind of events model where we actually trigger an event, which is an new application received. And that event, if we get
we already have that in place. That's all the state machine stuff that's already in place in the membership application.
Yeah, there's a state change in the membership application, but the state change to null to received means an event could be triggered, and that event means that the following actions happen. Email is sent to the admins, email is sent to the applicant. We store something maybe in an audit history table. You know what I'm saying? But that's probably, we don't need that now. I'm just...
Why don't you jot those ideas down either now or later, and then we'll have those recorded and we can pull them out into a future feature.
Right. Because when the state change happens, there'll typically be more than one thing happens. In this case, there's at least 2 emails that go out.
Right.
And there'll probably be other stuff as well as we get into auditing and history tracking. But anyway.
Right.
And that would be centered around some common event model, I think. But let's not do that now.
Right. So this is about getting the email started. This is the first version that we'll do to exercise sending out an automated email. So we'll keep it.
So
I'm the
you'll
one well-bounded and small here.
I know. Can you believe that? So I think that the hardest part of that, and it's not hard, is creating an email template that's all driven by translations, which is a bit of a pain when you can't do it all in English, but that's we know how to do that. Yeah. So how should we vote? In Slack, maybe? The channel?
I'm for that, just voting directly in Slack.
Just quickly starting up Slack. 2 seconds. I'll be there now.
Okay. Maybe I'll put that link in there, actually.
Gosh, I haven't voted in forever. I've forgotten how to vote.
Well,
oh, yes, it's the bot. It's the bot. That's cool. No problem. Got it. I remember.
Yeah.
It came back to me. You just need your vote.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I'm probably going to be the odd man out here, but.
Oh, okay. No, I'm again. Yeah. That's what always happens. But I agree. If the translation is the stuff that makes it difficult, then
yeah,
okay.
To me, I put medium not because it's difficult, but just because getting everybody to agree on the text and getting it set up.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting this pattern established. So I think that it's a straightforward task, but there may be some little pieces that cat herding make it.
I agree. So medium.
There's also testing, but with a prior PR, I introduced a gem. I think it's called email spec or something. It's immensely powerful for using tests in Cucumber for email. Okay, good. So we're good on that one then.
For testing email?
It's a gem that gives you all kinds of capabilities and some standard steps for testing email. It's really powerful.
Yeah, since people have been sending emails from Rails applications for a while.
Well over a decade, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Converted translations, Susanna's got those. We haven't got to this proposed wiki posting yet on using UJS, but I suppose we should. Feeling guilty about not doing anything on that.
Well, we'll keep that reminder there. Keep the guilt pressure on.
Right. And Susanna and Bella both have this, which is, what do I do once I've become a user? What's the next step to become a member? So at the last meeting, they both remarked that they know they've got it. They don't have it ready yet. Enter in the custom reason field. So
this was part of the.
Do
you remember?
Please.
You all remember what this is, Laura? I don't know, but when I was working on a previous feature, when an admin is looking at an application and they need information from the applicant, they can select from a drop-down list of here's the information I'm waiting for from the applicant, or they can enter text in a custom reason. And this had to do with if people are tabbing along the UI in the window, they hit the enter button, it does some unexpected things. And so we needed to decide what we want to do about it. First step.
So actually, my take on this problem, I don't think the enter button is a problem, because if you're in the custom reason, you're entering text and you hit enter, it stores the information for you. And I think if you enter text in that field and you haven't tabbed out, tabbing out, of course, forces the on-change event to happen too, which means we store the information. But if you're in the field, you typed in some information, and you hit a link to go elsewhere, from my limited testing, it also converts that into an on-change event to that text field. So we're covered. The only way we're not covered is if you've entered information in that field, you haven't entered or tabbed out of it, and you hit the back arrow in the browser. Then the information is lost and it's not saved.
We're not going to get into that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it was reasonable to do, if we could capture that somehow and stop it. You know how sometimes a page will pop up and say, do you really want to leave this page? There's unsaved information.
That's true. We can do that with the majority of modern browsers.
Yeah. And there's another pivotal tracker issue for that. For
there's already
the specific case of the back button. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another one.
So let's look at the details of this.
Yep.
Patrick, you can open that shore up. So is this one taken care of now?
Well, I would suggest that you go ahead and bang away at it and see what you think. But
so I need to.
My limited testing, I had no problem with the behavior, and it wasn't surprising to me as a user. And I did see on-change event happen when I hit a link on a page to go elsewhere other than back. And when I hit enter and when I tab out of the field, the on-change event happens, you automatically store the data, everything's good.
Okay, so I'll keep working on that.
Check me on hitting a link to go leave the page to go someplace else in the app,
Right.
other than back. But I'm pretty sure I saw the data being saved. One would think it wouldn't, but it seemed to trigger an on-change event for some reason.
I have to quickly go get a plug
Okay.
for Mac. I'll be back.
Okay. I think we're mostly through this now. Yeah, I think we're mostly through this. Does anybody else have anything we should talk about right now?
No, there's one chore in the icebox going to Rails 5.01, 5.1 that you can finish.
Okay. Do you remember the title?
I also thought, I think just best search it in the top. I think it was upgrade.
Yeah. Something with Rails, yeah.
Okay.
There it is. Move to Rails. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, good. Good catch.
And we
So we'll
start and finish.
Okay. Great.
And there was another one, but I don't know. I can't remember which one. I thought there was another one that we already did, but I'll make a note of it next time.
Okay. So the other thing that I'd like to note is that, we do have a lot of outstanding or current or in-process things, and we have a bunch of stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them are not necessarily heavy-duty programming. So if people feel that they've run out of stuff to do, then feel free to go to the Icebox, change it, set the label to Sprint 20, and move it into the sprint. We don't really stand on ceremony there, where we have to have a team decision to move something into the sprint. If we really followed the methodology, we'd only plan the sprint once, and we'd have to go through a process to change it. But
Okay,
I don't
great.
think we should worry about that. Yep.
And that's having a fluid team where people are in and out because it's volunteer and open source.
Exactly.
We have to be flexible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it then.
Okay.
All right. Anybody else have anything?
No.
No, not really.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Well, enjoy your
Thanks,
break,
everybody.
Patrick.
All right, thank you. We'll see you in
What day will you be back, do you think?
I'll be back Monday of week after next.
So after 4th of July?
August.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. I'll be back in August, whatever that day is.
August, not July. We're nearly finishing July.
Sorry. You know how it's way out here in a different time zone. I'm so far behind, actually.
Exactly. So, yeah, whatever that is, that's what, August 7th, I guess. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
See you then, Patrick. And bye-bye
All
all.
right, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.